Hey, man. Movies are back. I can't believe I'm saying it. Movies are back, except for one. I saw 3 movies this week. The first being Shelby Oaks, written and directed by Chris Stuckman, and I am not the biggest fan of it. I'll say that. I'm not really angry at this movie like I've seen a lot of other people be. Some people are acting like this movie killed their fucking dog or something. I just thought it was whatever. I went into this really wanting to like it. I did. I've been Stuckmanized for a few years at this point. Chris Stuckman's story as not only a filmmaker, but just as a person is pretty inspiring. His whole video breaking down why he left Jehovah's Witness is pretty powerful. So I went into his first big movie with not high hopes, but wanting hopes. I don't know how else to describe it. I do know. I guess my biggest compliment I can give Shelby Oaks is that it has a very unexpected plot structure. The first act, I guess, of the movie is actually pretty fun. It's basically this mockumentary that gives all of the exposition for the movie. I don't know if it's just because I've been watching VHS movies lately, but oh my god, VHS Halloween is so bad, dude. But the first, I want to say 20, 25 minutes of the movie really reminded me of a VHS segment in a complimentary way. I think this movie pulls off the found footage aspects of this more than the actual cinematic aspects. Like I said, the first 20 minutes is pretty fun, I would say. I had a good time watching it. But the rest of this movie is like 70% meandering. There's a lot of walking around and waiting for something to happen. The lead actress, I don't remember her name. A lot of her scenes are her just kind of walking around places. She walks around a prison, she walks around the woods, she walks around a house. It's fuck, man, just do something. And when stuff happens, it just doesn't really hit that well, I'll be honest. And I can't really tell how much of that is a directing thing, probably is a screenwriting thing, but the low budget of this movie really peers through in a way where sometimes I can find charming and understandable, and in other times it really just does stink up the movie. The ending of this movie fucking sucks. It is really bad. The main character makes no sense during that ending. The ending happens and then credits start, and it is the biggest shot of that's it that I've had with a movie in a minute. I can't remember the last time I felt duped by a movie in not a good way. Like I said, I wanted to like this more. There's some aspects and some things that Chris is going for that I understand, but I just don't think are executed that well. I don't think that he's a bad director. I think he just needs to hunker down a bit more and really figure out what people who don't like this movie actually are pulling from it. I surprisingly have very little to say about this movie. 5 out of 10. This might be the shortest segment I think I've ever done on a movie in this series so far. I just have very, very little to say about this, but I wanted to talk about it in some capacity. Then the next movie I saw, fucking rocks. I saw If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, written and directed by Mary Bronstein. Oh my god, this movie, bro. This shit is stressful to fucking watch. My heart was pounding for, I swear, a solid 30 minutes of the runtime, at least, bare minimum. This movie is basically about this woman trying to take care of her child and find her place in this world while everything is kind of just going wrong. This really kind of struck a chord with me in a myriad of ways. One, it's further proof that I don't need to have a fucking kid. That I don't know if that shit will ever happen. But also, just it really taps into those feelings of trying your best to just live in a fucking crumbling world. And then my biggest emotional touchstone with this movie is that it really pulls at the feeling of kind of being a hypocrite when you're trying to help others when you're also depressed. Like, the main character in this movie is a therapist, and throughout the movie she sees a myriad of people while she's dealing with her own shit. And I kind of got the feeling that I get sometimes when people around me are going through depressive episodes while I'm also going through one as well. And it feels very hypocritical and stupid to give advice to people that you won't follow yourself. And that's kind of this whole movie. And Rose Byrne is phenomenal in this movie. It is one of the biggest, like, powerhouse performances I've seen all year. Like, genuinely, like, top 5 performance I think I've seen all year. This movie really does not work if her performance isn't as good as it is. You are following her, I think, the whole runtime, really. It's like she is always on screen just fucking going nuts. Conan O'Brien has a serious role in this. Like, he has a couple funny jokes here and there, but most of the time he plays his role like deadpan serious. And he's really good in this movie. The scenes with him, I really just couldn't get enough of watching him. But that could also just be my bias towards Conan. So, A$AP Rocky is pretty good in this as well. He has a pretty nice charisma and some interesting chemistry with Rose Byrne. I haven't seen Highest to Lowest yet. So this is like my first time seeing him really act, and I think he did pretty well. There's a very interesting choice to deliberately not show something in this movie until it's almost necessary. And that really worked for me. I don't really want to spoil what it is specifically, but you'll probably be able to figure it out. I don't know, man. This movie really just worked on me. It feels so claustrophobic, and there's so many elements of this movie that really just like stick with me. I thought this was amazing. This is like top 5, probably top 3 movie for me so far this year. I haven't seen all of the fucking festival movies. I need to wait for Neon to fucking put it in theaters like a week before the Oscars. But so far, this is like pretty handily like one of my favorite movies this year. This is a 9 out of 10. I can't believe I'm giving a 9 out of 10 after what? Like 5 or 6 videos, bro? Oh my god. But yeah, this one stuck with me. I walked out of the theater after this one just really like the last movie I saw this week was Frankenstein, written and directed by Guillermo del Toro. This is my first Guillermo del Toro movie, surprisingly. I didn't really know what to expect. I really expected for this to have like a big sense of like scope, given what I've seen from Guillermo's most recent movies. And fuck, he really delivers on the fucking sense of scale, dude. Oh my god. I genuinely couldn't believe I saw this in a theater. I was waiting for like literally weeks. I was searching up showtimes for this near me just in case. And some theater I have never fucking heard of put up a bunch of screenings for this, and I immediately got tickets for it. And I'm so glad I saw this in a theater instead of like on my laptop on Netflix, because this fucking movie is pure eye candy. Like, oh my god, every vista shot was beautiful. It is actually criminal that this is being released on Netflix, because this really deserves like an IMAX release. The way this movie looks is so like fantastical, but also like grounded at the same time. It has, oh my god. It was a bit of like a monkey's paw wish to see this in a theater, because the lady behind me was being meticulously annoying. Like, every once in a while, she would give these, like, audible reactions to things that didn't really need a reaction for. There's shit in this movie that, like, warrants a reaction. But, like, this lady was just fucking making noise sometimes, dude. And, like, every single time, like, I was about to, like, go, like, look behind me and, like, politely say, like, shut the fuck up, she would, like, stop for, like, a solid, like, 25 minutes. Like, enough time to where I would forget she even exists and, like, get engrossed in the movie fully again. And then she would fucking do something. And this happened all the time throughout the entire movie, bro. I don't regret seeing it in the theater, but, like, fuck, that lady, she pissed me off, bro. Let me tell you, bro. Let me fucking tell you. The score in this movie, bro. Alexandre Desplat, you're my fucking goat, bro. If you don't know, Alexandre Desplat does pretty much all of, like, Wes Anderson's movies. So, the score of this movie, oh my god. There's a few montage scenes in this movie where I was so, like, swept up in the score. It's like, it is so orchestral, but so melodic. The way the score sounded during these sequences that I'm talking about, it really reminded me of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Just like that, like, kind of spooky, but also playful, but also really beautiful. Oh my god, I really couldn't get enough of the score in this movie. Jacob Elordi really surprised me with this movie. I think the only other thing I've seen of him was, like, The Kissing Booth before this. I kind of, like, wrote him off as, like, yeah, he's, like, a heartthrob actor, I guess, but, like, he really carries the theming of this movie, like, on his fucking back. He gives so much humanity to this character. I really couldn't get enough of his performance, really. Oscar Isaac is pretty good in this as well. But my main complaint about his character is that it's Frankenstein. So, like, eventually Dr. Frankenstein will, like, eventually, like, hate and push away the creature as they credit him in this movie. But the disdain for the creature in this version feels a little rushed. Like, I don't know if, like, there was, like, a time skip, or, like, I was, like, too swept up in a montage because of the score or something, but it feels pretty, like, sudden that, like, Dr. Frankenstein hates this fucking thing. I don't know. That's maybe, like, my biggest complaint with the movie. But it's a bit of a nitpick in the grand scheming of things. This is the first movie I've seen Mia Goth in where she, like, doesn't scream. if it's a weird thing to bring up, but I have this pretty like big nitpick with Mia Goth, where I'll be watching a movie, she'll be like pretty good, and then she like starts screaming, and I immediately like just don't like her. She does it in Pearl. She especially does it in Infinity Pool. Oh my god, her character in Infinity Pool is like insufferable. But this is the first time I've seen her where she's like pretty like calm the whole movie. And I think she does pretty well. What I really liked and kind of didn't expect from this movie was the fact that the movie kind of isn't really focused on the whole but the creature is human too thing. I don't know why. I kind of like expected that to be like a main theme in the movie, and it's touched on. I mean, it's Frankenstein. Pretty much every single derivative of Frankenstein kind of touches on that. But this movie is really more about religious doubt and like existentialism towards the point of life in general. There's a lot of talk about like, why would the creator make me in this? And I think it's done in a very touching way. It could probably be like a little sappy, and it maybe is, but I don't know. I was too like enamored with this movie. It probably is like a little too long. It is like 2.5 hours. So it probably doesn't need to be this long, but I don't know. I really like this. 8 out of 10 for sure. Movies are so fucking back, bro. I like it. I'm so happy to be talking about movies I like genuinely love. Fucking Bugonia's next week. I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak the fuck out, bro. Yeah. That's it.